Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the GTRS P800. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having an excellent day today. As you know, this is the GTRS P800. Now the S800 is the standard version, the P800 is the professional version, and the spec list on this guitar is pretty incredible. Let's jump in and check it out. Right, so let's quickly hit up some highlights on this guitar before we plug it in and take a listen. Now the first thing to note, you might see a glowing tone knob there. Well, this is part of the GTRS family, which means onboard effects. Yes, you don't need an amp, you don't need a pedal board. Onboard effects. You charge it with a USB cable. That's part of the GTRS thing. You can just press it in and scroll through a few different color options which give you different effects. So that's the first thing to note. The P800, also part of the GTRS family. Now, American alder body, fantastic. Wilkinson floating trem, works really well, as you'll hear in the solo. I use this a ton and it just holds tune really nice. Humbucker single, truss rod adjustment here. Roasted Canadian maple neck, and you might notice, yeah, it's a flame neck. That's a feature you only find on like super high-end guitars. So really nice to see some flame maple roasted neck there. That's just a really nice feature. Stainless steel frets, locking tuners. Not only are they locking, but they're staggered in height. I'll show you guys a pic. So you can see E and A are a little bit higher, D and G, medium, B and E, lower. That just keeps all the tension proper through the nut. Really nice feature. Now on the back, there's a few extra contours around the heel joint. That's really nice as well. And I gotta say, this finish is spectacular. I love it. It's like a sparkle blue transitioning into a sparkle black. Very unique. I think it just looks absolutely awesome. So really interesting finish. But yeah, the specs from, the tip of the headstock all the way back to the strap button here, very high end. High quality wood, stainless steel frets, trem system, locking tuners, all that stuff. So I'll link to it in the video description below for full specs, but that's a quick overview. Let's plug it in and take a listen. So as a Strat, all your tones are there, 5-way switch, master volume, master tone. Now, of course, the GTRS, when you turn it on, it does the little color dance, which is always super fun. Now, I have it left on the orange setting, so I'm gonna turn it all the way up here. Now, it does give your volume a pretty sizable boost when it's full. You can just kind of blend it in, but I want the full gain. So what I'm gonna do is take my volume down a little bit, and maybe take my tone a little bit, just to kind of negate the big boost. And yeah, this is kind of like what it sounds like, just that overdrive orange setting. And there's a short delay with it as well. So yeah, really usable. And yeah, as you bring your volume up, there's a ton on tap and it'll just get kind of more saturated in there. Bring it down. So really versatile. I like the way how all the controls work together. And yeah, as you can do a combination of dialing that back and your volume back. Really cool. Now when you cycle through, this one here, the blue is kind of like a really high gain sort of rhythm setting. So definitely a higher gain on the blue setting there. Sort of the dark indigo color here. You've got a little bit of gain and some delay. And then we hit it again and you got pretty much full on modulation. So really versatile, and as I mentioned, you know, you can sync it with the app, put different effects on there. There's 4 to store, so you know, you got, there you go, orange, blue, kind of that deeper purple indigo, and then full on purple. So really cool. No effects, no pedal board, no amp, you know, it's all built in. Very, very cool, very clever as well. Yeah, and yeah, there's a little USB there to charge if you need to charge up your battery. And whether or not you want to use it, it's up to you. You can just kind of like dial it off and use it as I showed you right off the beginning. Just a great Strat sounding guitar. And when you want to dial it in, just hit the button, off you go. So here are my final thoughts on the GTRS P800. Now, I've been playing on this guitar for over a month, so I've really got to know the ins and outs of this instrument. I like to do that before I put guitars on the channel, so I really, you know, can speak to, you know, what I like about it and maybe some areas I'd like to see improved. Now, this is a high-end guitar, and with a high-end guitar comes certain expectations. Really good playability, really good, you know, tuning stability, all that stuff. I gotta say, I do like the floating trem here. It's a pop-in bar with a set screw, so really nice Wilkinson trem, and in conjunction with the locking tuners, it does hold tune really well. So I never really felt like I had to hold back when using the bar. Sometimes, you know, with a budget guitar, you're like, do I, don't I? You know, if I use that bar, is the whole guitar gonna go out? Here, right out of the box, it held tune really well. As soon as the strings were stretched, it was holding tune. Fretwork, excellent. I love stainless steel frets. They just have that slinky, smooth feel and no grittiness at all. So as you would expect for an expensive guitar, stainless steel frets are excellent. Fret ends, I would say maybe could be polished up a hair more. When you zoom way in, you can see some, you know, small tooling marks. It would be nice to see those buffed out, but with the naked eye, you absolutely cannot see them. I just like to do that on my reviews. Yeah, just to show how much, you know, effort goes into those fret ends. But overall, you know, really nice, slinky fretwork, really nice. And, you know, it's going to last a lifetime, which is great. As I mentioned, flame maple on the back of the roasted maple neck. That's a feature, you know, almost exclusive to very, very high-end guitars, like boutique guitars. So to see it on a guitar like this is a pretty nice treat. And even though, you know, it has the rosewood fingerboard, as you're playing it, you really do see, you know, the roasted nature of the maple, which is awesome. Satin on the neck, very, very smooth. I would like to see the contours on the heel joint there, maybe a little deeper. You know, it does have some contours, but you know, they don't quite go super deep. So I would like to see, you know, you can still feel the block a little bit. I'd like to maybe see a rounded block there or something like that, just to take that final edge off. It's nice that they included it, but I'd like to see it a little bit more aggressive there. And that's pretty much it. The guitar sounds great. Whether or not you want to use the onboard effects, it's up to you. They're there. Good ecosystem with them as well. So if you want to use them, great. If not, it's just an awesome guitar. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I'll link to the guitar in the video description below. Amp and all my effects, all that kind of stuff is down there as well if you want to check that out. Other than that, have yourself a great day. Take care.